Shia and Sunni masses and leadership do to promote unity amongst the groups?
Sure. I think this issue of working towards unity between Sunni and Shia, it actually reminds me of, I think, a project that we've all been in the middle of for the last 15 years, which is unity between Muslims and non-Muslims. And now we find, even now, and then it's absolutely relevant. And I think that the two approaches from that we can draw are relevant also for our situation here. When it came to defending Muslims from outside attack, I think our two responses were, one, we have rights no matter what. No matter what you think we believe, no matter what you think that we're about, we have rights and you have to respect them. We're here. We're here, we're human beings. That's one. Once that respect is achieved, then let's talk now about education. Let's talk about information. Then we'll build the love, we'll build the care and concern and mutual respect between us. I don't think that my human rights, that my safety and security depend on you agreeing with what I believe in. I don't think so. I could believe the most horrendous thing in the world, or you could believe the most horrendous thing in the world, and that doesn't mean that I have any right over you, to inhibit you, to take your rights from you, to make you feel insecure. I think that's the first thing, that's a line that needs to be drawn first. But beyond that, if we're not there, then I don't know how we call ourselves Muslims. But once we move beyond that, once that's made very clear, and it has to be spelled out, very clearly to really internalize what that means. But when we move beyond that, I think the educational process will be key. The educational process being dialogues like this one that we're near today, where information is being traded, where people are being educated. Of course, there are many misconceptions about theology and jurisprudence on both sides. On many sides, I'd say it's more pluralistic than this even. On the many sides, it's not. I think that's an important thing. And also, finally, I think when we build bridges, we should be very conscious to build them in order to walk over them. That we use this unity. That this unity is not something that we create. It's not a program that we look at and admire and say, look how unified we are. I think this is something that we're going to be called on to prove. This is something that our unity is going to be tested. It's being tested right now and we're failing dramatically. But I think that moving forward, we're going to be tested in this as Muslims in America. Will we be able to stick together? Will we be able to recognize who our common enemies are? Will we be able to take that love and that community that we start between, amongst ourselves, and make that even broader and invite people from other faiths now into this? Can we create a tent that's big enough, for people with many different faith expressions? I think this is something, it's going to be a tremendous effort, but I think this is the progression. That basic respect, that basic acknowledgement of human rights, that basic declaration, then the education, and then I think we've got to organize. I think there's an opportunity now where a lot of us, we've been working together for many years. A lot of the leadership, we've been working together for many years. We know each other. We see each other at this meeting, but unfortunately it doesn't translate always into our community. Or sometimes we have community members who we know each other. We go to school together. We grew up together. We know, Sunni-Shia, we hang out together. We know each other. We eat at the same restaurants. But at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily translate now into the older generation. So I hope that we will repair these very tangible things. And I say this with love, not for lack of urgency. I say this with care and concern because it's an effort of love, but it is so dramatically urgent that this is something that we fix soon, that we fix right now, because we are seeing now how disastrous our disunity